Okay. The Kimberley people have came out, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to King's Head. So I don't know. Some people are dispersing. Leadership, how are you doing today? I'm alright, man. What is going on today? People are coming out and saying Mawahambe.
I don't understand what's going on. I just heard now that the memorandum that was submitted is a memorandum of the March and March memorandum.
Okay.
And I don't know how does that memorandum include the Kimberley and the
community.
Yeah, the community itself.
And their views.
We are seeing these things. They are views. Where are their views? When will they be heard? They are honored.
Okay.
So
there wasn't enough consultation according to your view of people of Kimberley.
This thing was just brought onto us and then we just followed it, submitted memorandum that we don't even...
Lasery, I've seen Anna Mensa say Jelavas must fall dabe just perepere when Bafana was playing. Are you disappointed with the turnout vandaag that about almost 20,000 people met at Mitas Perepere? Today we are looking at 5,000 or maybe even less.
Obviously, I'm going to have to be super disappointed. I didn't even attend that myself because the money that was spent for that thing alone.
That's what the SNL
the national artist and everything.
Exactly. Why
wasn't
that money used for community developments or
to train us for stock taking?
Yeah. Brother, we have permits. How much was permits now? Now we have permits. We don't have sponsors, we don't have money. So where do we have to get access for money? I think that event was wasted. And the turnout is not good.
So memorandum está en Khakhir?
Yeah, no, to ka en Khakhir.
Kimberley man say well you say a connected and I guess distant it is in the ground and I proud me the man say so we are here to hear what are the people they are singing Mama Kore Kore Mawahambe here in Kimberley. The boy king is here. Leadership. Sorry, hijack man. Today the march was successful. The people have came out. The numbers was not as we have wished for in Kimberley. But are you happy with what you have seen today?
No, we are happy. It's just that there was a challenge on postering.
Yes.
There were 2 posters.
Yeah.
The first poster was about a central place, Kimo.
Yes, I saw that.
And then the other one was Haleshiwe Pick and Pay.
Okay.
So there was a challenge on transportation where the leaders of the organizers of the march, they were at Kimo and the other people were standing at the circle, Pick and Pay. So that was the challenge.
Yeah.
That was, but overall, we are happy because the message was delivered. We are happy. The Premier also has promised to attend to the demands.
Yes.
But the fewer the better.
Yeah.
Because whenever there is a huge uncontrollable number of people, there's always going to be unnecessary incidents.
Anarchy, yes.
So for now, we are happy as the organizers of the event.
And the memorandum was read out. What are you saying actually as the community of Galeshewe and Kimberley? You don't want foreigners to own tuck shops anymore. You don't want foreigners to cut hair anymore. What is it that we are looking for? If we say the Premier has addressed all our needs, what will that look like?
Look, the challenge is for all those years, we never had a situation whereby we as South African, we depend on other nationals for a survival. We've been running tuck shops,
small scale industry all the
so
time.
So it has been happening. It's not like there is a challenge. All we are asking now is a boost for people who's got priority must be given to those people who are having already buildings on their sites where there's always been shops, tuck shops.
Yeah.
Priority must be given to the owners. If the owners are not interested in running that, then it can be extended
to the youth.
Yes. Millicent is one of the organizers. Already they've registered a quite number of young people who are interested.
Yes.
And also the funding is going to be available so that they must start doing their own business. But it's not like we have never had people who are cutting hair. Those people has been there for all those years. So what we are saying is let them take their economy back by going back to the roots. The roots meaning we are going to do things for ourselves. We were never raised with this 1 rand or 2 rand sugar. It's a new thing because these people, they don't want to see a cent laying around. They want to take each and every opportunity and make money out of it.
Yeah.
But we are ready. Some of us, we are going to assist people, those who are interested in opening. It's not only tuck shops and salons.
Yeah.
We are intending on having some other like property. Those sites where the tuck shops were rendered to the Somalians, those sites can be erected properly so to make accommodation for students. There can be accommodation for people who are working in Kimberley but staying out of Kimberley. So there is a lot of business opportunities. But the challenge is when you open a tuck shop next to my friend, they are going to tell you this is their zone in our own country.
Yes.
That's the challenges that we are facing at the moment.
Now, for my last question, Mensa Fra, more, as in tomorrow, can it business as usual as? Is there a succession plan? What is going on? Are we going to continue with the operation on the ground, or is it demonstrations for just today and give the Premier time to come back to us? Premier has many memorandums that he has collected this year alone, and is tomorrow business as usual? Can my friends on over here mark?
No, it can't be business as usual.
Yeah.
They must close up until there is an intervention.
Yeah.
There are those who are documented, who are married.
Yes.
With our sisters and our brothers.
Yeah.
But we can't be saying it's going to be business as usual. It can't be.
It can't.
In fact, those shops must. By the way, we cannot announce.
Yes.
It's not going to be business as usual. It's not even our wish. And also the government must assist. The police must assist. Because if they don't assist, those people, if they continue to open, they will be opening at their own risk. I'm afraid of that. That's what I don't want to say. Because in other provinces, those people are already closed and they have packed their things, they are moving. It's only here.
Northern Cape.
It's only Northern Cape because we don't have relevant support from the authorities. This morning I was looking at the news where the police are
opening. Yes, they are opening locked gates, hotspots.
Yeah, they are. So in Northern Cape we are still struggling. There is still this thing between the police and the community, us and them. That's our challenge.
There's no togetherness.
There's no unity. And we are struggling. We are feeling, all of us, we are feeling the same pain.
Frustration. No, Kaleboha leadership. For the sake of the ones who are watching on King Setso, Kibulela Lemang leader.
It's George Yagama, the former provincial secretary of EFF in the Northern Cape.
Amanda. Former, are you still a fighter?
No, I'm not a fighter anymore.
Oh, fighters, you have lost a soldier here. Fighters. No, fix it, fighters. I just want to show you guys. I just want to show you guys quickly. This is one of the guys here in Kimberley, Blade Makwopi. How are you, leadership?
The king said so.
Yes, my lord.
The
Thank
king
you.
asked me, how are you?
You are right, leader.
Still inhaling, man.
Yeah.
I know.
You're still inhaling and exhaling.
And exhaling. Man.
Thank you so much, man. It's nice to see you. You're one of the leaders that stood up. I remember during COVID that protected the properties of Kimberley and made sure that people don't loot and everything. Today, the events, are you happy with what happened today?
100%. Man.
Yeah.
It was just looting here and there. I think about 4 tax shops were looted.
Yeah.
The entire Kimberley.
Yeah.
But I must say the community and the police were very much proactive.
Yeah.
We have won. It was peaceful.
It was peaceful today. It was peaceful. The numbers, Blade, people are saying you guys came out to watch Bafana Bafana. Almost 20,000 people came at Meters Pere Pere. Today, you are less than 5,000. What do you have to say about the priorities of the people of Kimberley, the citizens of Kimberley? Are they misplaced?
You know, once we can realize that we are directly or indirectly affected, we will start getting involved.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that Kimberley people are opportunists. If this was an unprotected march, an unpeaceful march,
It was going to be packed.
it was going to be packed.
Yeah.
But simply because of the community was protecting
There was
what is
order.
left
There
of
was
the
order.
city.
Yeah.
and working together with the police, I'm one of them who was working together with the police.
Yes.
They did not come out in numbers. Instead, they're watching us from balconies. Tomorrow they will be calling me and saying, my child is giving me problems, my child
Drugs
is stealing,
this.
my child this, my child that. Even if your child is not into drugs, you
Yeah.
should have been here, because they're going to rob your child of the cell phone. Where are they going to sell it?
Yeah.
Feed a habit.
Yeah. No, Blade,
So
you have
that's the
done
unfortunate part, Micho.
you have done great work. You're one of the icons here in Kimberley. Continue doing what you are doing, and may God continue to give you wisdom. The ancestors continue to give you strength to continue doing what you are doing.
Thank you, Micho.
God bless you,
The
sir.
king said so.
My Lord.
Wala man.
My Lord.
Yala aya kwenu.
Osiamina. Yeah, I've got Millicent here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Millie. Oh, address about
My king, my king.
My queen, worry. Ladies and gentlemen, what we are watching here is the memorandum has already been handed over. The support in Kimberley was not that big. If you've been watching King Says So, this is what I've been saying about the province of Northern Cape. It's a province that is Ewa bua gape, o bua gape tloka. So wa reng ausi
Okay, wait a second.
e tara.
Fellow devoted South Africans, you
Yes.
are here not to fight.
Yeah.
We are here to fight for what we believe in and what is right or whether it's wrong.
Yeah.
We're not chasing these people away of being arrogant or fighting with them. We just want them to go because we're solving the undocumented and the one who came illegally to our country.
Yeah.
Now the situation right now in Kimberley is very tense, whereby now as I pass there by the taxi rank there by the stalls,
Yeah.
people are selling drugs like sweets. My even family, even my own cousin is also selling drugs because now he's been recruited by the Nigerians. And for the fact, let me tell you one thing, in Kimberley, we're not that violent like other provinces. Joburg people are looting. In Kimberley, we are not looting. We only want a peaceful march whereby we know that we want to be listened and we want our cries to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
So fellow South African devoted South Africans, I urge you, I beg you, stand for what you believe in and fight for what is right, not what is wrong. By looting or fighting, people are listening to their tone, how they're speaking, and then you just decide out of your own mind, okay, this is immigrant or is a foreigner. No, we're not pushing. We're not pushing people to fight.
Yeah.
Only fight for what is believed in.
What is
don't forget for our forefathers who fought for the liberation struggle of this country.
Yeah.
Now it's time for us.
For our generation.
It's time for us, for our future generation, to fight and say enough is enough. Sekwanela, Amanda.
Yeah. No, who say is it clearly? I can see in the interview. Is it clearly? Who say leader, because you're speaking so passionate. That's why I want to keep you a little bit, 1 more second more, because really, it's bad in South Africa. But the question, the phrase is no. Tomorrow, is it business as usual? As tomorrow it goes back to usual. The people can open their shops and their tuck shops.
Yeah.
And why is it that people are also asking this question? Why can't we black people boycott other shops instead of closing them? Why can't I say I can need men support?
Let me go back and answer what you just asked me.
Yeah.
Number one, we need to fight.
Yeah.
For the right things. We cannot just take for saying we're taking. Let's follow the protocol. Let's follow the right thing.
Yeah.
Number one, we cannot just go and close the shops without being given the right instructions from our police force. Number two, it is very illegal or it's not right to just say, let me take for what is not yours. Number one, our president did agree for them to come here. That is why they're taking advantage of us in our province. We can boycott them out of the shops, but still in our supermarkets, they hide them because they know those people are hard workers. As they say, we are lazy, we are prostitutes, they are calling us names. But our own government, our own people are the one who hires them. Hence, even our Mr. Zamani Sol just said now, talking about they are good. They are good domestic workers. We not want to hear that. We want to fight. We want to fight for what we believe in, and we want to fight not to want to take. We just wanting to correct everything that is unlawful. That is why, as they are documented, let them go and fix whatever they've done wrong and then come back. We're not fighting them to rob them. We're fighting them just to try to make our province and our countries right. As now the situation, as you can see now, unemployment rate is high, very high in every province. Alcohol, teenage pregnancy, things that are not being talked about. We are sick and tired. Thank you for interviewing me.
Okay, thank you so much. Kalewo. Leader, I'm alright. How are you?
Are you interviewing?
Yes, I'm interviewing your leader.
Where are you? Where are you from?
I'm from here.
You are from here.
Yes.
I'm saying what media company?
Oh,
are you from?
King says so. Ke podcast e hela butaka.
Ke podcast.
Yeah, ke podcast e hela.
No,
Yeah.
I think you wanted to be interviewed. Ke podcast.
Yeah, we are live on Facebook, and we are reporting to the rest of South Africa to show the rest of South Africa what is going on. The people of Kimberley have come out in their numbers today as best as they are possible. Are we two mates also burning today, or Konali Puo Batwibua?
Konali Puo and K2 mates happy ka so say ke se burning panda because South Africans re batla chance ya no le rona gore re rane di business tsa rona and re batla di shopo tse tsa bo Oktata le bo Omama ba rona ba ba tlhokaetseng di tlogolo di must start go tsoga mo borokong. We must claim our grandfathers businesses back. Open your own business, Mnyama. Bukani, let these guys give us a chance. As Africans, they have already made millions, so they must just give us a chance and go back wherever they come from. This is now our chance. We want to run our businesses, and our government must give us chances. They must boost us. They must show us the way forward. What can we do to open our own and register our businesses? Enough is enough. All the illegal immigrants, they must. But Delhi, South Africa, we are fed up. We are fed up. We are fed up. And we won't stop now. Please, and Rebatale Baba, we for Baba Seten Kumahayim today. They must come and join the march. We are not fighting with these people. No, we're just asking they must give us a chance now. They've already messed up. Cigarette, ke pongkongo, obatabo jalwa ke pongkongo, ke dijo ke pongkongo. Ba direla khote. They are so greedy, ba dira tšhelete ka rona but ba direla gape di fake. Why ba re dira yana batho ba? Why they killing our people? Like my friend, Kidula le Rato Park. My friend, Badirang Bana Batola the whole day. Modi tax shop on da. You go and open a case of molested. Wanaka with a molested. Funny, my friend. My police are banalo of a shield at the man. That's because Bapatala Chele. Caritirisela guy. Renale Casey was no honors. One of those Pakistan or Somalia guys is behind bars now. Was mun door to handle for a roho bula case. Basa bata ko ta case ya rona ko Baraking Rodepan police station. So enough is enough. Abarena chance. Especially the drug laws, especially the Nigerians. They must go. They want to fight for their rights in South Africa. But what about Boko Haram? Let them go back and fight those guys over there. The Pakistanians, almost South Africa. They just alapang net nonsense and Kona lady no go area set out the Pakistanians. Molawarona orange. How many money did the government now spend for this police? How many money is that?
Use opa mili? Katama no use opa more mutelo opmak.
No, they cannot. They must. Our government, especially here in Northern Cape, all of them are running now from all the other provinces. But I know Northern Cape, just because our
people are peaceful.
Yeah, just because, and they take advantage. We are peaceful people. Why they treat us like trash? Those guys from outside. They want Pan-Africanism from us, but they don't. They can't fight for their own rights there by their countries. You come in South Africa, you want to fight for your rights, but just give us a chance. We have already made millions and millions. So just give us a chance now. Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Raymond Lindile Jika. Folks, I'm from the Rato Park.
From the Rato Park.
I to go to nuts a couple of my friends. Abaye, Maba Ambe.
Mili. Unjan. It's been some time since I've seen you. Manong wirang wa wi patile yana yanong. Kausana tabale na ko bona mo mafaratlhatlheng fela or no.
We are fighting for our country. We are fighting for our people. We are fighting poverty. We are fighting inequality.
Yes.
We are fighting abuse. We are fighting bullying.
Yeah.
And we are fighting that the South African does not get so barking, so discouraged that they don't know that they have a chance to fight.
Yeah.
And I want to put this out there, King, because I know that you've got a good following. I respect everyone.
Yeah.
But there's this thing that I've been observing. And in my books, it is double standards. My name is Sipiwe Molson Wolf, and I'm the founder of Women Waging War on GBVF, abuse, inequality, and poverty. And I'm the convener for March and March for the Northern Cape.
Wow, okay, thank you so much.
My brother, when we don't put the plight of South Africans forward in our province, nobody does it. And there's just this silence that we are challenging all the time.
This look away,
this head in the sand mentality in the Northern Cape, to the effect that people will ask, "Ma, who lives in the Northern Cape?" And let me tell them who lives here.
Yes.
It is the most loving
people,
the most gentle, the most giving, patient people that take a lot. But we are here to say, let the double standards end. Because the poverty that the people of the Northern Cape are struggling under, it is something that needs a proper challenge. And we are here to say, as Women Waging War, we've been shaking the ground of the Northern Cape since 2013. You understand? And we are veterans in fighting for our people, for gender-based violence, for the rapes of our children in the schools and everywhere else. Now, the double standards in terms of why we are here today is that, you know, my brother, all over in Gauteng, in Durban, wherever, Cape Town, there are these refugee camps. Now, when the Malawians come with their buses, they come and they want only Malawians to go into the buses. They verify that they are only taking Malawians into the buses. When the Zimbabwean buses come, they only verify Zimbabweans, and they only take Zimbabweans into their trucks, whatever. So everyone is
looking
choosing
after
their own
themselves.
people. But when it comes to us,
Ons moet almal ken.
why don't they do zonke bonke in die bus laat hulle aanmal mins vir punte? Hoekom was dit my laat hulle gaan mis? Hulle wil mis vir Afrika oral sê. But we are saying as Africans, we will never tire to say we love you, our brothers and sisters. We do. We do. You understand? Our roots are in Africa. However, the opportunity that we are not seeing here, King, is that we are being called home because Africa is weak, because the people are not at home. It is at home that when Africa starts when it regains its strength, then it is when they are strengthening their homes. This is a prophetic time to be alive. And we might not see, they might not see it because, King, they want to be here where it is better, and we understand. But charity begins at home. And this is also for South Africans. The hypocrisy that we also have as South Africans. We are watching our children, our people struggling, eating out of dustbins. But we cannot even alleviate the poverty and the inequality that is gripping, especially the young people who are growing up and becoming elders in the streets. So we need to address inequality and poverty. And we need to come together because we are being closed out. And let's say it as it is. Our government is not innocent here. It is the corruption of government that has brought us here. Because these people are not, it is their corruption.
This tendency of looking away.
This looking away, we cannot afford it. Rona ons is die varke in die verhaal maar in die Noordkap ons na I will say something that they all will just want to run away. You understand, and it will be changed. But whatever we challenge, we can change. And we are saying, give other people a chance. Give other people a chance. I am appealing with respect, especially to the elders in government. Give the young people a chance. Samayang, Nani Hambani. Because the young people cannot bring the ideas. They cannot bring
the old
their
energy
into this whole thing. We are tired of you as our elders. Now I love you and I respect you. And I make provision because I work in spaces where we fix for the elderly and we do all sorts of things. But we are tired of you being in strategic positions in government. Leave our government. Make space for young people.
Fresh ideas.
Stop this thing where you are holding positions as if they are your birthrights. They are not. And I'm not saying this because I'm rude. I'm saying this because I'm honest. And it cannot be that you are 40 years in government and this is the state of our government. Then it is an indictment on your leadership. It is an indictment on why you are sitting there. Then it means you are part of the problem. You are part of the corruption. You are part of the people who are looking away when South Africans are suffering. We are tired of the suffering. We are no longer going to allow that South Africans go to bed hungry. We are no longer going to allow that other people are preferred over our own people. South Africa or South Africans. Amanda!
And Banong, okay, last one leadership. Just varam. Listen, people that don't know you, us who know you in the community, we know you. You've been on the ground for quite for decades now. So you expire now. You're getting old, getting crazy. Now you've been working in with women. You've been working with elders. We have worked together in NGOs, drop-in centers, feeding the children and everything. Anna Mensa, let's say this thing is just a trend. It's going to pass. The Mensa will let it themselves hot. Tomorrow is back to business as usual and everything. How do you feel about those sentiments of saying it's just matches, it's trending, KwaZulu-Natal is doing, Gauteng is doing it, Northern Cape is doing it, but tomorrow, next week, everything will be back to normal?
I think it's a fair and also an unfair comment.
Yeah.
Because there are people who lack consistency.
That's true.
We've been here.
Yeah.
We've been here. Yeah. And we've been pushing. This government knows us. These people, every time it is us women waging war, we will wage war on issues that no one wants to touch. And we don't just take on an issue and leave it. Even now, we have a burning issue in our province, in our nation, where children are raped in schools. And we've been in this thing, and we've been fighting for the Department of Education to start to do something. Our thing is there's a lot of denying, remember, but the reality is there are children who are being raped, whether it is at school, whether it is in the streets, wherever. And our argument and our perspective is our children are still expected to come and learn, you know, without no one helping and assisting them. We are saying that there's a big problem where we need to heal our children. We are raising young women, young mothers who are broken.
But isn't it us who's raping the children?
Absolutely.
Is it foreigners? Is it us who's raping?
It's a mixture.
It's a mixture.
That is why we say women waging war.
Yes.
Because and it is mothers who will always go in the forefront to go and fight. We do have fathers who are with us, but it is the majority of mothers. And when we say this, we said to the department, justice, DCS, we need to get the foreigners out of here. More and more foreigners, they rape young children. Foreigners, they don't want Lona bo old old place. Soup on the klinkeners. And that is who they rape. That is who they rape. That one who comes at all about sweets. That one I'm gonna snook, I'm gonna fed cook.
Or impoverished children.
So we are having a bigger discussion, King. And it won't be solved by one march or no one done. It is consistency. Rona, we are the problem children of our government in the Northern Cape. Millicent, Herbert, Renshaw, Alodia, Mang. Because they know that we take on the issues that no one wants to take. Remember, whoever feeds you controls you. So we are not being fed by no one. No one feeds us. We are hunters. We go out and we create our own opportunities. But what is wrong about this is we are not going to maintain the lifestyles of people, King. And we are not going to keep quiet to keep certain people and certain camps happy. We are going to ventilate any and every issue. We need leaders who are compassionate. We need leaders who don't see accountability as a confrontation. We need to account. They need to account. We also have to account. That is why I say, even the children who are in drugs, they have to take accountability. If my friend or the Nigerian is standing there, who is going there with their own money to go and pay for drugs that are killing their lives? So each and everyone must start to look at things objectively. And barring kasekho, change barring latha fetoge ka Setswana, bare latha o fetoge.
Now my friends that are saying, the foreigners that are saying, Mama, we are hearing you. Your cry is genuine. But I am here in South Africa. I am I am having a benefit to the community. I've opened a shop. I am legal here. Or the other one is saying I'm cutting hair. I'm a business person. I'm not bothering South Africans, and I'm not stopping any South African from doing the same business. But I am here. I'm peaceful. It's tough where I come from. That is why I'm here for greener pastures, and I'm not a criminal. I'm not. What do we say to those? Because I hear people are saying they must also pack and go. We will call them back when we have fixed our. What is much and much saying?
As much and much we are saying, it's not about our sentiments and our feelings.
Yeah.
It is about the law. We have an immigration act that is compatible with immigration acts in all of the other countries.
Yeah.
You cannot get into anyone's country and not follow the law. The law says these businesses are reserved for South Africans. We understand that in your country it is tough, but there's laws in South Africa. So all these small things, it is for the African. Right now, all of my friends and the Nigerians and the Somalians and Ethiopians, how does it augur with you when you look at how poor South Africans are? I say it is the story of Cinderella. South Africans are now both Cinderella. The government, corrupt government officials, they are now the evil stepmother of South Africans. But now the foreigners, they are the evil stepsister, because Cinderella is naked. Cinderella is a drug addict. Cinderella is poor, doesn't even have electricity. You are hiring in Cinderella's house. You have electricity. But Cinderella in the main house is living in poverty. You are taking and taking and taking. And what are you giving? What is it that you are giving when the law is saying... No. You cannot trap our people in poverty, because sekoloto is a cycle, is a vicious cycle of poverty. So what we are saying is we need to fix, to stabilize. There's a big imbalance. We are children of warriors. Guys, we don't understand. The forefathers of these children, they are angry. You must look at it from that other perspective. The forefathers of these people, they are not happy that you have painted a section of their house a blue or red, because we know the significance spiritually of you having those types of things there. So let us not gaslight South Africans. We want prosperity for our people, King. Is it wrong for South Africans to prosper? Is it wrong for the economy local to go back to our people? And we are saying, as my friends are closing now, we have put together plans. We have launched a retailers association in May. We are registering our people, and they are receiving the 100,000 grants from NEF and the Department of Small Business. We are teaching our people how to become business people. It's very difficult, but under the circumstances, but we are pushing. And these things we're not achieving because we do one march once a year. We engage them, we write letters, we are constantly at it, we are fighting, we are marching, we are every time. So we are here to say, we will fight inequality, we will fight poverty, we will fight bullying, and we will fight the fact that South Africans are not put first, King. And I want you to choose yourselves. Let us go out there and open up these tuck shops. Let us close the mouths of people that tell us how lazy we are, how we will be closed on weekends, and what not, and how we will fail. Let us not let the naysayers get us down. Let us become our own cheerleaders, South Africa. I believe in us. I believe that we can build a nation that is prosperous, and we will together. Now, I'm not here because I want the shine. I'm here because I believe in this cause. And I believe that it cannot be that people want to prosper in a land where they see that the people are becoming slaves more and more. In Bangladesh, we cannot go and run and cut hair there. If the ish hits the fan in South Africa, this is our only home. If ish hits the fan, they can go home. All of them. They can go to China, they can go to England, they can. In all of the 71 ports of entries. We know where and how you come in. It is not just black Africans that are filled here. We will be taking even the whites from England. If you have overstayed your welcome here, you must go back home. We are going to manage this thing in a way that says it is fair and it shows that South Africa is not a banana republic. And this is a warning to our government officials. We are going to be here. You are not going to continue with your corruption. It is your corruption. It is your treasonous actions that has brought South Africa to its knees. And we are not gonna. And if you know of officials who are doing this, report these people. We are not gonna harbor criminals in our government. Anyone who's a criminal in this government must be out. And we are going to make sure that we get them out. We are tired of these criminals. Thank you, King.
Asmili. Why is it go rata ka lerato la lavo?
Thank you. This is Kishori followers sound. I can live.
Wa comment I can live on Facebook.
Cha. Baba mo masaba touch. The bell again lootel na puro.
Oh my goodness, guys. You guys have seen what is going on. The match is finished. The match is finished in Kimberley. We can call it a successful match because they did what they wanted to do. They've handed over the memorandum to the premier of the province. They've read it out to the community. It's a match and match initiative here, led by Sister Millicent Wolf, and she's a community activist, man. I know her personally, so I can vouch for her, especially the people that were involved in the matches. I know them personally. I've worked with them, and it was quite. You guys heard. I can't speak for them. You guys heard what. You guys heard, ne? So yeah, that is the match in Kimberley. We are done. We're going back. We're going back now. Why is the sun messing my camera up? It's so hot. Tell me what you guys think. Let me go and report on what is happening in other provinces as well. Stay tuned to King Says So. Please guys, stay tuned to King Says So. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and do your thing that you must do. I will be back. I'll be back very soon. I'm happy with the little work that I managed to do now. Let me return back to my employment space, and then we will talk a little bit later. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys, I hope the sound was clear, because I was recording with another phone that is not the main phone, but it's okay. Let's meet on the next one.